here on Earth,
Yes.
we have a problem with, the example is mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes. Yes.
And,
well, not everyone has a problem with them, you know.
okay, maybe not everyone, but
All right.
I want to use this as an example. If I'm meditating,
Yes.
and if a mosquito is coming around me, biting me,
Yes.
and if I
Include the mosquito in the meditation. The idea of enlightenment is integration, not exclusion. So whatever's happening in your reality, if you include it as part of your experience, you will see how you can incorporate it and expand rather than attempting to exclude and thus diminish. Make sense?
What if I can't include it and I end up killing it?
Then you do. And thus then you will learn from that at some level as to whether or not that's what you prefer to do. And perhaps from that, from learning what you, in a sense, do not prefer to do, you will then more clearly understand what you do prefer to do.
But it's something to me that seems so trivial as to...
It's not trivial. Nothing is.
Okay. So killing that mosquito is not trivial.
Yes.
And
yet at the same time, it's up to you to decide utterly what you will do with that experience.
So there are consequences with even that behavior.
Yes, of course. But the word consequence only means that there is, in a sense, a response. There is a vibration that is accounted for. The word itself, consequence, is not negative. It simply means you have to take stock, you have to take account of everything that you have created, one way or another. So it's now, by doing any act at all, it's now on your ledger book. It adds up to the bottom line, and it determines what you now have to deal with.
So for somebody with the high in spirituality, if they committed an act like that,
yes,
would they have serious consequences?
Serious is relative. There is consequences, but depending upon the individual and why they chose to do it, the consequences would be commensurate, and the response and the awareness would be commensurate with why they did that. You are describing the idea of an individual you say is very highly spiritually enlightened, so it begs the question as to why that kind of an experience would actually have even been attracted into their lives. For if they are highly spiritual and that kind of an experience happened, then probably it happened for a very spiritual reason. And they would know that.
Okay.
Perhaps in that case, for example, they simply acted out of spirituality and by doing so prevented someone else from catching malaria. And they knew that. Do you understand? And you have to look at it also from the mosquito's point of view. Because the mosquito consciousness may have attracted itself to that enlightened person to give that enlightened person an opportunity to decide also which way the mosquito's energy and consciousness should also go in that reality. And perhaps the mosquito wanted to transition to another level and use the Buddha to do it.
Okay.
So who's the enlightened one?
Okay. I spent most of my...
Allow others an opportunity to interact.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You do not need to apologize.
Okay, thank you.